Similarly, when you want to do a display ad campaign, click on new campaign. And once you clicked on new campaign, you come to a screen where all the different objectives are mentioned here, right? So you can choose any of the objectives that's given. For today's session, we'll just choose brand awareness and reach. And once you select brand awareness and reach, you will see two options, display and video. Now, for our session today, for understanding how display ad campaigns work, we will select display here. And for understanding video, you need to be a part of this session called YouTube advertising, right? In the YouTube advertising session, we'll talk about how you can do video ads, because these ads will be primarily run on YouTube and the Google Display Network, which supports video, right? So this is a complete different topic, which is of YouTube advertising. They have different bidding strategies, different models, different variations of ads. So this is a different session. In today's session, we're going to focus on the display ads, right? And if you see here, the description says reach customers across 3 million sites and apps with engaging creative. That means your display ads will be a part of the sites and mobile apps which is affiliated to Google Display Network. What is Google Display Network? Google Display Network is a collection of websites, mobile apps through which Google pushes its ads on those particular websites. For example, if we go to the Times of India website, once the website loads, you'll get to see an ad from Pant Project, right? Now, this Pant Project is the brand which is putting its advertisement on the Times of India website. This is an example of a display ad. And how do I know if it's a part of Google Display Network or not, or whether this ad is getting published by Google Display Network or not? You will see on the I button, you will see an option called Ads by Google, right? So whenever you see Ads by Google, you know that this ad is a part of, this website is a part of Google Display Network, and this ad has been published by the Pant Project through a Google Display campaign. Now this ad here, the Tokyo Nagoya Expressway, whatever that was, right? That was by a different advertiser called Columbia, right? So there are different ad exchanges which can push the same ad on a particular website. If I scroll down further, here also this is by Google. This ad, this HDFC Life ad, right? If you see the word C is given here, okay? If you see the word C is given here, this means this is from a different advertiser, okay? Let me check. Yes. If the ad just went off. Hang on. Yeah. So if I hover on any of these ads here at the bottom, like the Tokyo Nagoya Expressway, etc., right? You will see on the right hand side, on the left hand side, bottom of the screen, it comes as https:/ad.clmbtech.com. Can you all see the URL at the bottom of my screen? It's https ade.clmbtech.com. Can you guys confirm you're able to see this URL? Okay, so that means that the ad is being pushed by this company clmbtech.com. So like Google Ads, clmbtech is also another ad exchange where this Times of India website is affiliated, right? So imagine you are the owner of a building, right? And there are 10 flats in your building and you want to rent out those 10 flats. So you can look for 3 or 4 different types of brokers who will help you rent out all of these 10 flats, right? So that is what Times of India is doing. So Times of India essentially is renting out all of the ad inventory through 3 or 4 different types of brokers. One of them happen to be Columbia, the other one happens to be Google Ads. So as a website owner who's a part of Google Display Network, you have the flexibility to decide whom to sell that particular ad space, right? So this ad is going from ade.clmbtech.com. Okay. Are we all clear on this? Are we all clear on the premise? Great. So today we'll take the example of Zoho CRM, right? So when I searched for CRM, this ad from Zoho came up. So I'm just going to quickly take their link and use it while I'm creating the campaign. So I've selected display here and I will click on continue. Once I click on continue, it is asking me the page URL. The page URL is essentially the URL where the customers are going to land after they click on that particular ad. So here, if you see, if I scroll up and click on this particular ad, the Pant project, it is going to take me to the Pant project website, right? So this is the link, pantproject.com, products navy blue, stripe, etc., etc. This is the landing page URL. This is the final URL where the customers are supposed to land after they click on your ad. Similarly here, for the Zoho display campaign, I have taken the link here, and this is the link where people are going to land once they have clicked on the display ad. Okay, so you will need to have a landing page URL to create a display ad. So any ad that you create on Google Ads, be it a video ad or a search ad or a display ad, it has to redirect back to a particular website. I think there's a question here. Hi, Dinesh.
Yeah, hi sir. Good evening.
Hi. Good evening. Please tell me.
Actually, when I start to to campaign for the Google Ads, it's not showing on my laptop like uh, tool setting or other things. They are उसके बाद मेरा सीधा उस पे जाता है स्मार्ट उसके ऊपर फिर वो बिडिंग और उसके बाद बहुत बाद में ऑप्शन आता है.
अच्छा, तो ये क्वेश्चन है दिनेश, आपका जब ये डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशन होगा ना वीकडेज में, जो मंडे ट्यूसडे वेडनेसडेज को होता है ना, आप उसमें इसको सॉल्व करवा लीजिएगा. बिकॉज आज तो वहां पे आप स्क्रीन शेयर करके दिखा सकते हो कि आपका क्या दिक्कत हो रहा है. यहाँ पे वो कैपेबिलिटी अभी अवेलेबल नहीं है.
सर मुझे थोड़ा सा बता सकते हैं कि इसमें गूगल एड प्लानर ही है ना सर ये जो
ये गूगल एड्स कैंपेन मैनेजर है.
शोइंग सर गूगल एड्स न्यू कैंपेन बट इसमें इसमें पूरा ये आ रहा है स्टार्टिंग में व्हाट कस्टमर एक्शन शुड यू कैंपेन बी ऑप्टिमाइज टू डिलीवर आई वांट लीड्स और सेल्स देन उसके बाद फिर ऑप्शन आते हैं सर पूरा.
देखिए दिनेश, मुझे आपका स्क्रीन तो मैं देख नहीं पा रहा हूँ ना, तो मैं आपको एग्जैक्टली बोल नहीं पाऊंगा कि क्या दिक्कत हो रहा है. आप प्लीज वेट कीजिएगा. आज ये नेक्स्ट वीक जब डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशन होगा वहां पे प्लीज एक क्वेश्चन आप रेज कीजिएगा. आप वहां पे स्क्रीन शेयर कर सकते हो. सिंस यहाँ पे वो सुविधा नहीं है, मैं आपको एग्जैक्टली नहीं बता पाऊंगा कि इशू क्या है.
श्योर सर.
Okay. So once we've selected the landing page URL here, we have an option of creating the campaign name. I think we've already covered this. The campaign name does not really affect the campaign performance, neither is it visible to anyone. So it is completely up to you how you define the name of the campaign. This is just for you to understand and find out which campaign was related to what, right? So I'm putting the campaign name as brand awareness underscore Zoho and I click on continue. Once I click on continue, you will get to see that there are a lot of draft campaigns in my account. So since I was creating a lot of draft campaigns, but if you're doing your campaigns for the first time, you will not see this screen. You'll have to click on, you will not see this screen at all. But since I'm going to start a campaign from scratch, I'm clicking on start new. Right after I click on start new, select the location. Here the location in this case is India. Languages we have already covered, right? Language settings basically help you understand which language do we want to target, right? For example, Zoho wants to target people who speak only Hindi. All you need to do here is type Hindi. Once you select Hindi, then Google will start showing your ads to people only who speak Hindi, right? So this is your language targeting criteria. In this case, we can keep it for all languages or we can keep it for English, because I would imagine a person who's buying a CRM software would be able to speak English fluently because we are selling it to the B2B audience. Then comes more settings. Under more settings, we have a couple of more options. And the first option is called ad rotation. Ad rotation is nothing but, we've covered ad rotation, right, in the last campaign. In case you feel there's any repetition of topics that we already covered in the last campaign, please let me know, right? We can just move through them and talk about the topics that were not covered, right? Okay, so it was covered then. We are not going to focus so much on ad rotation. So when we look at ad rotation, we should select the best performing ads. We should not select do not optimize ads indefinitely. I think we've already discussed the logic for it. Ad schedule is essentially when you want your ads to be scheduled. You can keep it for all days, or you can customize based on when you want to actually show your ads. Go further down, then you have the option of selecting by device, right? If you want to show your ads on all devices, select the first option. If you want to show your ads on certain devices, you want to customize based on the final device your ad shows up on, then you can select first is based on the device type, which is your computer, mobile phones, tablets. You can customize based on operating systems, device models, and networks. All of this customization is available, provided you need a custom provided you have a specific use case where you want to show your ads only on these certain devices. Go to more settings. You have an option of start dates and end dates. Start dates and end dates are basically your campaign schedule. Here you sort of decide when you want to start your campaign, when you want to end your campaign, right? The rest of the things are not really relevant for display ads here at this moment, and we will go to next. Once we go to next, you need to set an average daily budget for your campaign, right? The average daily budget. So here's a little bit of a tip that you need to remember. The most you pay per month is your daily budget times 30.4. Some days you might spend more, or some days you might spend less than the daily budget, which means that if a daily budget is 1 rupee, at max, at the end of the month, you might end up paying 30.4 rupees, where Google is spending on an average 1 rupee per day. If your daily budget is 2 rupee, then your monthly spend would be, if you're running this campaign for 30 days, your monthly spend would be 16.8 rupees, right? So you will spend at max 30.4 times the daily budget if you're looking at running the campaign for one whole month, right? Because on some days you'll spend more, on some days you'll spend less. On an average, it would be 30.4 times the daily budget that you have. Is this clear? Okay. So let's say if the daily budget is 1 rupee, right? If the daily budget is 1 rupee, if you have set your daily budget to be 1 rupee, what would be your monthly spend? The monthly spend at max could be 30.4 times. 30.4 into 1 rupee is 30.4 rupee, right? On an average, if your daily budget is 1 rupee, then at the end of the month, if you run the campaign for 30 days, you'll spend 30.4 rupees, not more than that. If your daily budget here happens to be 2 rupees, right? At the end of the month, if you run the campaign for 30 days, your maximum spend would be 60.8 rupees. So whatever your daily budget is, multiply it by 30.4. That would be your total monthly spend if you decide to run the campaign for 30 days. Are we clear here, Surya? Hi, Toral.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. Please tell me.
Sir, we are running our campaign for 5 days only.
Okay.
So, and we have given budget, I guess, 1,000 or 1,200. So, we have to enter the daily budget to 40 rupees or 200, whatever it is. Like that only, na? Because
So
here it is showing you are paying for 30.4 something, monthly.
So that is saying that if you run the campaign for 30 days, it's not saying that you have to run the campaign for 30 days.
Okay. Okay.
So if
So,
so it's just giving you an idea that if you're
mm-hmm.
spending 1 rupee per day, right?
Okay.
And if you're
Uh-huh.
running the campaign for 30 days, what could be the maximum spend? It is not asking you to run the campaign for 30 days.
Okay. So if
So
we are running ad for 5 days, then we have to divide our budget by five only, and
yeah,
we have
what is
to
the
enter
total
the
budget that has been given to you?
okay.
I'm asking
Uh,
what is the total budget that has been given to you?
I guess 1200 is there.
Acha, and for how many days?
5 days. So
Five
it
days.
should be 240 if I'm not wrong.
I think you have been already told that to set the daily budget is 50 rupees. I think
Okay.
50 or 500. I don't know. Some people are saying 150, somebody is saying 50,
Yeah,
somebody.
that's why I'm confusing. I'm confused. So I'm just asking you.
So, guys, can you tell me what is given as the daily budget on your module for how many? What is the daily budget you have been asked to put?
500.
500 for search, it is 1200. For display, it is 500 for 5 days, right? So, if it is
Okay.
given 500 for 5 days, you can put in 100 rupees here,
Hmm.
right? So,
Okay.
it is asking you, you have been asked to run the campaign for 5 days, right?
Yes,
Okay,
800 for 8 days for displayed.
not
Okay, I guess
800, right? I think,
so many people are saying different things. I have to check again actually.
yeah. So, guys, looks like you have to please look into the platform. Somebody saying 75 rupees is the daily budget for search.
There was so much confusion, sir, regarding this project. Everybody is little bit confused. I guess we need a session for that also.
We have been asked to spend 50% of the budget. Okay. So let's imagine, okay. So whatever the number is, let's say that you have been given a budget. I'm just giving you the how the industry functions, okay.
Hmm.
So let's say if you have been given a budget of 500 rupees and you have to run the campaign for 5 days. So typically what you will do, you will put 100 rupees as the daily budget. Okay.
Okay.
Is that first point clear?
Hmm.
Okay. Now the second point is that if you have 100 rupees as the daily budget, right? What
Hmm.
could be the maximum spend at the end of the month? The maximum spend at the end of the month would be 3040 rupees. If your
Yes.
daily budget is 100, if you run the
Yes.
campaign for 30 days, it
Hmm.
will be 100 into 30.4. That is
Yes.
the maximum you will pay if
Yes.
you run it for 30 days, right? Because some days it might spend more, some days it might spend a little less.
Okay.
Okay, are
Thank you,
we
sir.
okay? Shubham, you wanted to speak. Shubham, can you please raise your hand? Okay, so while Shubham does that, hi Samir.
Yeah, hi Joydeep.
Hi.
Uh, yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Please tell me.
Yeah, my query is about scheduling. So, if
Okay.
my client is want me to run the campaign for 30 days, and he specifically want his campaigns on weekdays and holiday, sorry, weekends and holidays. So, can we schedule accordingly?
Yes, you can. No problem. Like in the previous part where where we had campaign settings, right? So under scheduling, let's say if you want to do only weekends, right? So you
Uh-huh.
can, let's say Saturdays you want to do, and also along with that add Sundays, and you can just decide on the time also. So Saturday, Sundays, eh, only these 2 days your ads will be shown.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's
Yeah,
not a limitation. You can choose any schedule according to your convenience.
right, got it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, the budget for the entire search campaign is 1200 and run it for 8 days, so under 75. We went to 50% of the budget. No, 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 no. I think there are two different tracks here, like Nidhi is mentioning, executive and management track, right? So whatever guys you have been given budget based on the track that you are in, right? So please pull up that budget, right? So the details of how much you need to spend on a daily basis will be mentioned as a part of the platform text. So based on that, please, I request you to look into the amount that has been mentioned on the learning module and please pick that up because I'm sure the learning module mentions the daily budget you need to spend and the division how much you need to spend for search ads and how much you need to spend on the display ads. I think Sujata is saying there's a PDF attached which specifies the budget properly. All right. So, guys, like Sujata is mentioning, please look into the PDF that has been there as a part of the learning module, and you'll be able to understand how much you need to put in as the daily budget for this particular exercise. Okay. So what I need from all of you to understand the concept of daily budget and the monthly spend. Is that clear? If you have a daily budget of X, the monthly spend is going to be 30.4 times X. Is that clear? Okay, great. Right. Second comes what you want to focus on. There are two things that you can bid on. But generally, if you're looking at a brand awareness campaign, then we always look into viewable impression. This is a brand awareness campaign. That's why we want to make sure that how much is we want to make sure that we pay only when somebody views our ad, not when somebody just not when the ad just shows up, not for every impression. We want to pay only when there is a viewable impression. If there is no viewable impression as a brand, we should not pay. That's the logic that we're going to follow here. For viewable impressions, we are going to focus on. Since it's a brand awareness campaign, we're not looking at conversions or conversion value, right? Had this been a sales campaign where we are looking into generating sales, then we will look into conversion and conversion value. Since this is a brand awareness campaign, hence we were looking only at viewable impression. All right. Now, you have probably also been notified about the CPM bid that you need to do on the learning platform. Can you please tell me the CPM bid that you have been instructed in the learning platform, how much you should be bidding? Have they given you a bid value amount? ₹5, right? Okay. So here you can keep it as ₹5. I,
Hey, hi.
please tell me.
Uh, yeah, it was asking for convertible impressions in one of the windows. So, what exactly is, and it's also coming up as a query for me
Convertible
as
impression.
a convertible impressions.
What is the objective of the campaign that you've used?
I said it's the leads on the landing
Yeah, so
page.
I did not select leads, right? If you that's what I mentioned here also. If the objective of the campaign is to generate sales, then it will ask you for conversions, convertible impression, and
Okay.
conversion value. But here the
Okay.
campaign that we've selected is for brand awareness. For brand awareness, it is always viewable impression.
Viewable impressions. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
because we
Okay.
are
If I
only
choose
paying
that, it
when
will
the
go up.
ads are viewed, otherwise not.
ठीक. Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Thanks. Thanks.
All right. Then we will move ahead. The next part is the fun part, which is adding targeting, right? And you will see that before even you add targeting, they are sort of giving you like a estimated performance, right? So according to estimated performance, it says based on the targeting settings, the daily budget of ₹100 and a bid of ₹5, the average VCPM, the cost of visual CPM for 1000 visual CPM, will be between 3.86 to 5.01, and the impressions would be 120K to 270K, right? So this is some sort of a very base estimated performance of your campaign. Now, what we need to do, we need to add targeting for our campaign, right? And how do we add targeting for our campaign? There are 5 things that we can look into for adding targeting for our campaign. And this is similar to the similar to the search ads and the video ads. So this segment is essentially same for all the types of ads that you run for Google Ads. It is just formatted a little bit differently, but it is essentially the same. The first part is audience segments, right? Under audience segments, we have all of these categories, who they are, affinity, in market, life events, your similar data. So we have covered this during the search campaign, right? All of these audience segments. So it is essentially the same. Detailed demographics is looking at parental status, marital status, education, home ownership status, right? Affinity and interest is basically what the customer is broadly interested in. In market and life events is basically, in market is when you're actively searching for a particular solution. Life events is when you're going through some life, like a big event on your life. For example, job change, marriage, moving, retirement, business creation, those things, and so on and so forth, right? So these are already some parts that we have covered. So essentially, the targeting option for search ads, display ads remain the same. There is not like a huge difference that is there. So if you want to do targeting for display ads, like we've mentioned, instead of going through browse and going through all the segments, we can go to search and search for the categories that we think are relevant, right? For example, I can write here customer relationship. So let this show up the search query. Okay, this is really slow. So let me search. This is showing customer relationship, right? So when I search for customer relationship, there is one category that comes up in the first, which is in market customer relationship management services, right? It means these are the set of people who are actively looking for a CRM solution. So I'll select this one. Customer service solution is also relevant. Customer experience management strategies, customer service feedback, customer service support. All of these are in market category, which means these are people who are looking for solutions at the moment, right? So these are obviously our top priority, right? CRM solutions. Help desk and customer support, accounting, not these sales and marketing jobs does not make sense, right? Customer satisfaction surveys, maybe. What else, right? So these are the types, different types of segments that we have selected from here, and then you can click done. Okay, this is one part. Then comes the second part, which is your demographics. Under demographics, you typically decide on the targeting criteria based on gender, age, parental status, household income. In this case, gender does not matter, parental status does not matter, household income does not matter because it is not even applicable to the Indian market, right? But in terms of age, we will select out 18 to 34, 25 to 34, because these are not the type of people who are in the purchasing capacity of a CRM, right? And from here, we will remove 65 plus and 55 to 64. So essentially, we're showing our ads only to the senior management and the top level execs who are working right now. After 55, I don't know. I mean, I don't think that's the right age to consider showing advertisement for B2B software. They might be retired, considering retirement, or they might be, in the board and trustee. They would not be involved in such a decision making process, is what I feel. But if you think they will make sense, then you should add them here, right? So essentially here we're looking at gender, age, parental status, and household income. These are the four demographic criteria that we're looking at. We're keeping household income as is because it does not affect the Indian market. And we click on done. We move on to the last three types of targeting criteria that is available. The first is with keywords, right? So with keywords, it is easy. You can decide what are the keywords that you want where your ads would be shown. For example, if a website has got content written on CRM management, CRM app, CRM system, then on those websites, the Zoho ads will be shown. So here I have pasted, here it has automatically pulled, I have not pasted the Zoho link. And from this page, it is selecting all the different types of keywords that are available, right? So one easy way is to click on add all ideas and all the different keywords will get added, which means only on websites which has these keywords, your ads will be shown. If you want to add these keywords manually, you can just type it. It is as simple as that. This becomes the keyword repository, which means that whichever website has got these particular keywords, your ads will be shown on those websites. And then click on done. There are two more ways of creating a target market, which is through topics. Topics are essentially broad categories of topics in which the articles are written, right? So here, instead of searching for CRM, what you can do is select what I would say, let's say technology. There's nothing in technology as such. So let's search technology or maybe search IT. If I search IT, okay, let me just search information technology. So even if I search information technology, not a lot of relevant targeted options are here. So it means it cannot probably show in these possible categories, which is very specific to information technology. Maybe let me try up with CRM. Let's see if it shows up. So maybe I can show my ads on marketing websites. See, we have CRM as an option here, right? So under enterprise technology, right? So our ads will be shown on websites which talk about CRM. So this is one sort of targeting that you can do. So basically, based on the kind of product that you have to decide on the targeting that is available. So far, so good. Any questions here? It's very straightforward, actually. Okay. And then finally comes placements, right? So placements are basically where you want to show your ads, where you want to put your ads. So what we have been doing here so far is we have been creating a target segment, right? Under target segment, we have targeted people based on what are they searching, right? So under people, we have targeted sections of the prospect who are actively searching for CRM solution. Then we are deciding on the demographics, what could be their age. Third, we are looking into content, which is where should the ads be placed. Under content, we have targeted by keywords, we have targeted by topics. Now we are targeting by placements. By placement, it means that you are telling Google Display Network where and which website should your ads be showed on. So you can start by typing the URL of the website. Let's say www.forbes. Let's see if it shows anything. .com. So there are about 329 websites. For example, this Forbes.com. If we select Forbes.com, that means that your ads has a chance of appearing in the Forbes.com. If we select FinancialExpress.com, that means your ads have a chance of appearing in the financialexpress.com section on the top right. Okay, so you can go through these one by one and see which of these websites actually make sense to you, right? And based on what websites make sense to you, you can add them. You also have an option of selecting YouTube channels. For example, Forbes YouTube channel is here. So your ads will show up on the Forbes YouTube channel. You can select Forbes Live, Forbes India. So based on what you think is relevant, you can keep adding these placements. You also have an option of selecting YouTube videos. Under YouTube videos, you have whole bunch of YouTube videos itself where you can target, right? For example, if you want to select a video on US politics, right? So you can select these videos right from these placement section. Go back. You have an option of selecting multiple apps also, which means all the in-app advertisement. So if you're selected Mint, it means that the ads will show up on the Mint website. If you select India Press News Magazine, that means the ad will show up on the India Press News and Magazines mobile app. And finally is the app category, right? In the app category, this is basically the different categories of app which are available where you can showcase your ads, right? So these are the different type of targeting options that are there, starting with people, where you decide what sort of people you want to showcase your ad based on what they're searching, whether they're affinity or in market. Second comes demographics, where you're targeting people based on age, gender, location. Third comes content, where you're targeting people by keywords. Then comes topic, where you're targeting people by the web pages who are talking about those particular topics. And finally, placements is where you are deciding on which website should your ad be present. Now, the thing is, when it comes to content targeting, if you use keywords, topics, and placements, it becomes very, very narrow. It becomes very, very narrow, and your ads might not even show. If you select all these three, what I would typically recommend is either go ahead with keywords and topics, right? Go ahead with these two options, or go ahead only with placements. Do not select all the three. If you select all three, it is going to become very difficult to show your ads because it is going to be very, very niche. So what I would recommend, please make sure that you select either keywords and topics or select only placements here. Okay. Are we clear about the targeting options? Any questions here? All right. Click on next. And then comes the ad. Okay. In creating the ads, all you need to do is add some headlines, add some descriptions, and add some images, right? So the final URL is the URL where where all the people who click on the ads are going to land on. Business name here is Zoho. So I'm putting in Zoho as the business name. And then I need to start adding images. I need to add at least 15 images to create a display ad, and out of those 15 images there has to be at least 5 logos and some videos. All right, so let me go to Zoho and just Google it, see what sort of images are there. So let's see, this is one image. So let me save this image. Let me see if I get a link of this image. Copy link address. Let me see if this works. So you have this option called website or social, right? So on website or social, it will actually start scanning the zoho.com landing page, and from this landing page, it will take up all of the images. So let me just remove all the unnecessary parts and let me scan the website itself. And from the website, I can actually pick up all the creatives, right? So what it has essentially done, it has actually scanned the zoho.com website. Maybe I'll put it as zoho.com. And actually I can select all the images from here. I can select this. So it now shows 1 out of 15. I can select this, I can select this. Maybe I'll select this one also. So I've selected about 15 images here. So I click on save. So once I do that, all the images gets uploaded here and you'll immediately see that the ad strength has improved to average. Okay. And the images has got a tick sign here. In the next part is adding logos, right? You can add them manually or you can go to their website or social in a similar format, right? And you can search for these. So it is showing no logo found. So we'll just select this for now. So this is how your ads are going to start look like. You can add videos also. Search on YouTube. Let's see what is Zoho's YouTube channel link.
As we look back, we don't measure ourselves by numbers, but we measure by the impact you've had on employees.
So all of these are certain videos that you can use. So let's say I select this particular video and click on save. Now the final part is adding headlines and descriptions. Okay. So we have to add up to 5 headlines. All right. So these are some of the headlines that we have. And then we need to add the descriptions. Okay, let's see if we can get some descriptions from here. This is too long. This is fine. Okay, so our ad strength is good now, and we need to just add some more descriptions. We have to add up to 5 descriptions. I think we have added. Sign up for free. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we need one more description here. Let's go back to the Zoho website. We'll maybe pick up this line. All right, so these are all the descriptions and headlines that we've created, and this is how your ads are going to look like, right? This is how your ads are going to look like on, there are multiple variations actually, on your websites and apps, and this is how it would start appearing on YouTube and Gmail, right? So these would keep rotating, and this is how your ads will be as a combination of the brand name, okay, that you've created, the different images that you've set, the logos that you've created, videos, and the headlines. Okay, so this is essentially the whole ad creation process here at this point in time. What if we don't select targeted placements on which sites Google shows ads? If you don't select targeted placements, Roshni, then Google will show your ads based on the keyword targeting and placement targeting. So whichever website has written a blog or an article on a particular topic that you've targeted, that website will be selected. And if you have added a keyword targeting, then whichever blog, an article, or video where that particular keyword has been used, on those particular assets, your ads will be placed. Any image size specification, the image size specifications is given here itself. Here on this particular link, you'll get to see all the image size specifications. You can click on the I sign, on the question mark sign. You will get to see that the recommended size is 1200 into 628 and the minimum size is 600 to 314, right? For square images it is, then for portrait images, these are the recommended image sizes for all the ads that you can upload here. Please teach me again the image concept. The image concept is very similar to any other ad creation process. Essentially, you have to add a headline, image, description, and videos, right? Here you have the image, that is the central part of the creative. Along with the creative, you have the headline and the description and a CTA button that goes along with the name of the company. Here, Zoho is the company, right? So this is the process. If you want to add more images, you can click on edit, right? Under edit, if you go, you can go to website and social. From, if you select website and social and put in the link of the company, and you can, the tool will actually scan through the website and social links of Zoho, and it will give you all the images that is there. You can select the images, or if you do not like this process, you can go to upload, and once you go to upload, you can click on upload from computer, and you can select the images from your computer and upload them, right? So that is pretty much about it. No need to create ad copy. No, you need to create ad copy. Bharti, you need to create the headline and descriptions for this ad. Is it mandatory to use our blog for display ad, or we can choose any other landing page? I think you have to use your own blog or website for this project. Image concept not clear. So all of you who are saying image concept not clear, can any one of you raise your hand? Because I'm not really sure what do you mean by image concept not clear. Mirza, can you please raise your hand and tell me what is the exact doubt? Hi Mirza.
Hi, Jodhir. Good evening.
Good
The
evening.
issue that I am facing while creating a display campaign is primarily while uploading the images or the logos. Error is coming, which is saying remove your assets with error. Can't upload this file. clear your cache, and try again later.
Hmm.
Okay. So what I tried downloading the different images through the website or through the websites like Unsplash and Pixels as well. From
Hmm.
there, I tried to upload it. I'm getting the same error. I tried to contact the Google supports team. They are saying that from their backend there is no any issue, and
Hmm.
also I am following the image resolution. What do you call it? The recommendation that is there in terms of landscape image. If it is a landscape image or a square size image, seeking the aspect ratio and the dimensions in check. But from the last say 4 days, each time I am trying to upload a particular image, I am getting a same error. I have tried reaching out to the Google support team as well, but
Hmm.
the same issue, this is what I'm getting. So this is why I'm not able to publish the display campaign
Okay.
or, or
Uh,
making
ha-
out
have you
content.
checked with dot what is the extension of the images?
JPG image I'm using, JPEG image I've also used. Both the images I'm getting the same
Can
error.
you please try with dot PNG once?
.png have also .png I have used for logo image for logo, but so similar issue or the similar error is showcasing that remove your assets with error. Can't upload this file right now. Clear your cache and try again. I tried doing it through the incognito mode on the Google Chrome browser itself,
Hmm.
but there also I'm getting the same.
Have you checked on a different browser like Edge or anything of that sort?
Or I have done it on your Mozilla Firefox and Edge as well.
And you're
And
getting the same error.
yes, that is that is
Okay.
also why I'm not really sure that where is the lag from my end or
Yeah, so then it's a problem with the Google AdWords. I think it's only the support team that can solve. This is not something that, I mean, because see, you're saying you've contacted the Google support team and they're saying that everything is fine in
right.
the backend, right?
I
Yeah.
also I've tried to create a new ad page, Google ad accounts as well in
Hmm.
regards to there might be some glitches or issue or whatever
Hmm.
might
Hmm.
be. I have created 3 accounts,
Hmm.
irrespective using the different email IDs and all. But every time I'm trying to create a search campaign of mine has been like in place and in check, but with display I'm getting the similar issue. I
Okay.
tried using
Have
the
you
IP address
checked
as
on the
well.
file size also?
File size is ranging around say 800 KB to 1.5 MB to MB in that range.
So the maximum size is 5120 KB.
Hmm. So it is ranging in the images that I have used
Hmm.
or tried to use. It ranged for say 800 KB to around 3120 KB in that range. So
Okay, so
I'm
then
not exceeding that
everything.
limit as well, right?
Okay, right, right. Yeah, then I think, Mirza, this is something that the Google support team can only solve because
Okay.
looks like I'm guessing you're also using the recommended sizes.
Yes, I am using the recommended size. I first when I got this error or the issue, I tried to rectify those things from my end as much as I can do by
Right.
following the necessary instructions that are there. But
Hmm.
still, I'm not able to get through.
Yeah. So there is another way. I don't know if you can do it. So
Right.
can you check? There's something called as optimizing your images for web. So if
Okay.
you create images under Photoshop, there is a way where they optimize the images for web production. Can you check if you create those images on Photoshop and upload it back here? I don't know if that is going to work, but that is
Yeah.
something that is worth trying out. But then looks like it that might not also work in your case because you've literally tried everything, right? So I don't know, Mirza. Unfortunately, this is something that only the Google Ads team can support because if for
Understood.
sizing, the image file size, everything seems to be accurate from your end.
Right.
So maybe just get in touch with them one more time, or try just doing it. So it's called looseless compression, right? Which means you
Mhm.
don't lose out on the clarity of the image, and the image also gets compressed. So try that out on Photoshop once. If it doesn't work, then it's with the Google Ads team only.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Parag, are 15 images necessary? 15 images are not mandatory, but it is good to have all 15 images, because what Google Ads is going to do is going to rotate all of these images and create like a permutation combination of all the ads that goes out. So you should ideally add as many images as possible. All the images should be from the landing page. No, they don't need to be from the landing page. The images could be anything that relate to the product that you're selling, right? If I'm redirecting my people to a page on CRM, so I need to have images which relate to the CRM, which are enticing enough for the prospect to click on the ad and then go to the landing page. So you have to think about that. All of these images need not be on the page itself. The reason why I scanned the page, because I don't have images for Zoho, so I just took it off from the Zoho landing page, right? But you don't need to have images which are present only on the landing page. So after all of this is done, you will get to see the different previews, etc., etc. You just need to make sure that your images, videos, headlines, everything is optimized here, and the ad strength is good. Once this is done, all you need to do is click on create ad and click on next. Once you click on next, it takes you to this preview screen. In the preview screen, it'll display if you have any errors, what is the type of campaign, the objective, the final URL that you're going to, location, ad schedule, budget, and you just need to make sure that all of these details you just cross-check once. Once the details has been cross-checked, you need to click on publish campaign. Once the campaign has been published, it will go to the Google display team and they will review the campaign. They will review the creatives. Once they seen it fit, or once they find it deemed to be deemed to go out, they will put your campaigns from review to active, and then the campaigns will go live, right? So that's the overall process of creating the display ads.